Hello Physical Fiends, how are you doing? It's Jordan here with another physical discounts video. Yesterday I went through some of the early announcements, but now the gates are really starting to open at VGP with more to come. They're adding more discounts daily. Here are some that have taken my eye. And I just have to say, there are a lot of great deals, but a good few of them, even the best ones, have been discounted before a few times already. And I would rather focus on games that haven't been discounted consistently or have new lower prices. So if you check the link down below in the description to all the discounts, you'll see all the fantastic sales for 13 Sentinels, Catherine, Shin Megami Tensei, and so on. But I want to focus on games I haven't mentioned often before, okay? So keep that in mind. Plus, if you purchase with my link, you also help support me massively in the best way possible. Thank you so much. Cult of the Lamb on Nintendo Switch is just $21 US, which is a great price for one of the best indie games in the last couple of years. I mean, it's just insane how well this game was received and sold. I haven't played it myself, but it is a base building sort of dungeon crawling game with a distinctive visual style and personality with an addictive and satisfying gameplay loop. For $21 US, I think that's a great time to jump on board if you've never played it before. 8 Doors Aram's Afterlife is $14 US on Nintendo Switch and only $11 on PS4 and PS5. Even cheaper there. This is a story-driven Metroidvania that's inspired by Korean folklore, which is interesting. We often get like Japanese, sometimes Chinese folklore, but Korean is much rarer, and the game is supposedly really good. Perhaps it doesn't stand out in any massive way compared to the competition for the genre, but sometimes you don't need gimmicks to have an enjoyable time. Catan is not a game I ever thought I would mention again because, you know, it's a board game and stuff, not usually the kind of release you bring up time and time again, but when it's discounted to $21 US and it's coming up to, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas, maybe this would be a really good multiplayer game to whip out after dinner and after the drinks have flowed. Why not? Get together, have fun. Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is discounted to $35 US on Nintendo Switch, but that's not what I really want to talk about because the Switch is kind of like the worst way to play. It's a rough port and the price not that amazing, but the PlayStation 5 version plays way better and is also cheaper, now at $28 US. I know not everyone was enamored with this spiritual successor to Suikoden, and yeah, I don't like the English script all that much either, but as a game with great gameplay and an overall fantastic plot, I am quite happy about how long I waited for it. Definitely get the PS5 version if possible though. That's a really good price for a meaty JRPG. Madison is $21 US, which is much cheaper than you can get it anywhere else for the ESRB version that I've seen. This is a horror game, so a little bit late for Halloween, but it's a good game that is ported well to the Switch. In this one, you have a camera, which is not unique to horror games, but in this one, it helps you solve puzzles. It's supposed to be really good, all things considered. Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan is a game most people don't talk about. It's a game that's sort of released without much fanfare in the physical world. In fact, I remember missing it in my Let's Get Physical series all those years back. It's a North American exclusive and it is painfully colorful in a good way. It's drawn similarities to the Mario and Luigi RPGs. It looks great. On Nintendo Switch, they have it discounted to $18 US, and on PS4, just $14 US. Shadows over Loathing has a really nice discount spread over different editions on different consoles. The Nintendo Switch Standard Edition is discounted to $28 US, a decent enough price for a very well-regarded slapstick game with surprising depth. Now, the collector's editions, I don't think they sold well on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 because the PS4 collector's edition is a crazy $35 US, and it's a nice big old chunky thing. The PS5 version is discounted to a less impulsive $56, but yeah, it's there if you want it. Vernal Edge is an action-packed 2D Metroidvania with nice, tight-looking action, fantastic visuals, and yes, I'm also including the adorable Nintendo DS visual style thing with the flight. That's just magical. Anyways, reviews for this game are very strong. It's easy for a 2D Metroidvania to get lost in the pile these days, what with so many options, but this is bright and colorful. One that seems to be worth playing, especially for just $14 US on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Zenith is $14 on Nintendo Switch. This game is a European exclusive, but VGP do have copies of it for a very reasonable price. It's an action RPG set in a medieval fantasy style world, but it's also supposedly filled with humor, which is not something you'd expect. Maybe it's something a bit like Shrek, I don't know. But if you're a North American and looking to snag up some of those strange European exclusives, perhaps add this cheap one to your collection. Absolute Drift Zen Edition is $14 on Nintendo Switch. A really good price for a lo-fi arcade racing game. A game about getting the right score in the time limit while effortlessly drifting around corners. I think the Switch version does not run the best, but not enough to ruin the experience, but you'll have to comment down below if you have that experience. Did you notice too many troubles on the Switch? Let me know. Final Fantasy IX is a game you'd normally purchase from PlayAsia, and many of you have imported it many years ago, but probably not for $35. That is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and that's what VGP are selling it for right now. I know for a 25-year-old PS1 game seems like a bit much, but I think having it physically on a Switch cartridge, that is amazing. It's a wonderful JRPG that all Final Fantasy fans should play if you haven't already. And then we have some nice discounts that have taken my fancy. I'm sure by the time I've published this video, they've already added some more, even more exciting discounts. There's a link to every discount, so you can see anything else and have a browse if you purchase something. That massively helps support me, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.